Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 206 of the SplashCast Monday Night Raw. I am your co-host, Reggie. Feeling real
And
good
it is.
right now.
I'm glad somebody is. I have had a rough
Season?
I can't remember when it ain't been rough for me. Life ain't
Season
been
had a
no
rough
Christmas
season, I
thing.
believe. My brother is the correct
It
verbiage that you're looking for.
continues to spiral. At no point does it look like I receive any reprieve on this season, Lord. But you keep your head up, you're a good soldier.
Soccer hat on in the middle of the beginning of the winter. Soccer is a spring sport.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody here continues to only want to give me consistent heartbreak. So, I mean, what is there not to be expected with that? It's like they really want to hurt me as bad as possible. It's not even like there's any care for my existence. It's really, can we just destroy him as much as possible?
Yes, that's what you get. That's what you get, brother. That is what you get. I have no sympathy, nor do I have anything of what you call remorse.
That is more than something. Let's say that.
That's more than what?
I said that's more than something. But I guess it's well deserved, maybe. Do I deserve it?
Also, your microphone isn't on. Boy, you went out drinking before? Yeah, we had a false start.
I definitely thought you could hear me. I was more talking about
I could hear you. It just you sounded like you were not talking into a microphone.
And the devastation doesn't end. Trey Young sprained MCL. I think at minimum probably 6 to 8 weeks. And especially with reevaluated in 4 weeks. You know what that means.
Yeah, so we're gonna get right into the mic check. I guess we'll go to basketball first.
Well,
that boy, no. That boy discombobulated over there, ass kickings all week. But yeah, you're right, man.
Yes, for the people listening.
Nope.
Reggie is laughing, but I'm being serious. As all of my teams have fallen apart. What I've shown on TV or on the stream is Trey Young and his sprained MCL for the Atlanta Hawks
Yeah, so he is going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks, which means it's probably 6 weeks before we see Trae.
Maybe.
So you will get your wish of the non-Trae basketball. We will see more Jalen Johnson ball handling, more Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and fortunately or unfortunately, more Luke Kennard as one of the primary ball handlers. So
Reggie is being passive aggressive there. Reggie is not the biggest fan of Luke Kennard, if y'all have not figured out.
I disagree. I'm not a big fan of Quinn Snyder. I call him Quinn Cook. Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder using him as a backup point guard. Using him as a spot up 3-point shooter, he is everything that I wanted. Using him as a point guard, they be waiting at mid court for him. Like, all right.
I don't understand why that was a plan, and I don't understand why people kept pushing that forward. Like, was there a reasonable idea for us to attempt to use? And I think that we're going to put too much pressure on Dyson to be the lead defender, and at the same time, now they're going to ask him to basically be the facilitator of the offense.
So Dyson still has some growing up to do as the ball handler. He still is going to have to he just looks like somebody that is a young point guard coming and hasn't really played a lot of point guard. He has the ability to guard the point guard position, but his shot is so bad, and he really doesn't have a layup package outside of the floater.
That scoop floater, but I wish he would be a little bit more confident in just trying to dunk on people instead of always trying to lay it up.
Well, that's always been my issue. That's kind of been my issue with Jalen Johnson too. Now, Jalen Johnson
very similar in that
tries to do too much playmaking, but Jalen, as of recently, I guess he's just decided to dunk on a lot of people. So he's been dunking kind of crazy, but his shot has gotten better. I just need for Dyson Daniels, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is what they're doing, trying to see what it's like without Trae. And if Dyson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and whoever you would bring in for a trade for Trae can play the point guard position, then yeah, that would work. But as of now, I like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but he's better at attacking.
He's a little bit more athletic than I initially kind of anticipated.
Really?
Yeah. I thought he was going to be a little bit less athletic. I thought he was going to be more of a kind of stand and shoot. Nah, he actually does a pretty solid job of attacking the basket. And I think if he feel like he can get you, he will.
Yeah. He's cut down on the threes. I know you said he's gotten better. And this is all related to the Trey Young conversation. But he has to go. It's like he decides, okay, my shot ain't falling in the first and second quarter. All right, second half, I'm going to the rim every time. And I was like, bro, if you just do that from the beginning of the game, you would be fantastic.
Right. Just play more the Devin Booker style, see what you can get, and shoot some free throws.
Yeah.
We don't shoot enough free throws.
Well, that's part of what you miss from Trae is whether you like it or not, he can still draw fouls.
100%.
And Trae's like an 89-90% free throw shooter. Somewhere.
So it is a gimme every time he gets to the bucket. The only thing well, go ahead.
Oh, and we against Cleveland, for example, I think we lost by like 6-7 points. We missed like 10-12 free throws. We had 7 missed free throws in the first half. So it was like you missed. I think a lot of people underestimated the stability that Trae brings to the offense, whether or not you call him a ball stopper and all of those things, he still brings a little bit of stability. And I think with him being out 4 to 6 weeks, you'll start to see the team kind of get back in to understand how to play together, because the ball does move a lot more, but we're missing that stability right now.
There's not a sticking point. There's everybody has to be a little bit more active on offense because there's not specifically one guy who's running the offense. So the best thing that you can do is hopefully get a mismatch and kind of take advantage of that.
Yeah. Other surprises are Mogay. He's added weight.
Active.
And he's wild crazy. When it comes, yeah. Active is the best way that you could say he ain't laying the ball up no more. All that Clint Capella leaving it on the rim.
No,
absolutely not. Dunking the ball.
I like that they will put a iteration out there where you might just have 3 bigs. And I think the other teams, that's a disadvantage to them is you're kind of used to playing matchup. So the person who you are trying to attack is either your size or smaller. When we play with 3 bigs, it really makes it difficult on people to try to score. And it kind of slows down their offense because it's not a person you can athletically pick on.
I like Okongwu. And Chris Stapps. That's an interesting combination. That Mogay, Okongwu, Jalen Johnson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels, and then a 5th, whichever that 5th is, whether it's Mogay, Kristaps Porziņģis, Luke Kennard.
If you're playing offense on that, you have to make good passes. Because if you start making lazy passes, you will watch Jalen dunk on your face 4 times in a row. And
Dyson Daniels will rip you at half court, which is what we really saw against Cleveland. Cleveland was kind of discombobulated without a point guard. Even Lonzo, when he was there, was good. It's just Donovan Mitchell, man. His shot has become automatic.
excuse me, is his shot and the fact that, and I knew it was going to be tough for us, was as we have these guys who we're giving the ball to and going to have to do more facilitation, you're going to have more turnovers in the beginning until they get comfortable. So you're just going to have to play better defense. We have done a better job of getting back versus when we first started the season, we were getting crushed in transition. But for us to play better in transition, everything else has kind of worked pretty well. But I know you have to bear with some Dyson Daniels turnovers. I assume probably some Jalen Johnson turnovers.
Not really. Not really. Jalen doesn't have a lot of turnovers. Shohei doesn't have a lot of turnovers. It's Luke Kennard and Dyson Daniels. Luke Kennard's handle ain't as good as it should be, but he's actually really good going to the rim. But Luke Kennard, Dyson Daniels, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker are making the best passes. Even entry passes are difficult right now to even get it to Porziņģis. Speaking of Porziņģis.
I knew you was, ooh. Come on. All right.
He ain't bad. He ain't bad now. He ain't bad off the bench. 12, 10, and 5 off the bench is kind of what you need from the center position.
That's cool, but you know how I feel. What does it cost? I keep looking at Porziņģis like, I don't know exactly how much money you're going to want next year, but it cannot be a lot.
It's not. It's no.
See, right. It's cool
on my discussion board.
Yeah, but see, that's in the back of my head. Anytime I'm looking at Kristaps Porziņģis, like, okay, he, depending on how he feels like he played, is depending on how much money he's going to ask for. I don't think that he's played starter level basketball, so I don't think that he should be asking for more than $25 million.
It's hard for him to stay healthy. Like, and not that I said it before.
You mean it's hard for him not to fall down?
No, he don't really even fall down a lot. He flails like that. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That flailing, that rate, and then hey, I hate that with a passion, dog.
That's his go-to,
so
though.
Much.
And that gets him to the line. That is.
It's so soft. It's so terrible on basketball to me, and how it looks. There we go. That's better. I couldn't fix my collar, Lord. It's so terrible to how to. And it's frustrating because you don't want to like it, but it's like Trae and James Harden. It's such a settling factor because whenever anybody get a little crazy, all I got to do is be 7'2" and flail.
But this is the thing, like his arms are so long that he gets it every time.
Every time.
It's like I could only imagine if you're trying to play defense on that. As soon as you stick your arm in there, his 7-foot arm sweep shores in there. Okay, well, foul. He gonna make the free throws 90-something% of the time.
He's like a 7-foot version of Jimmy Butler. That's what Jimmy Butler does. I hated watching Jimmy Butler in Miami. I'm glad he's on the West Coast, so I ain't gotta watch him no more. I think he's a really good player and all of the things. But man, he is annoying when he is not on your team. Now, I gotta say something good about Kristaps. You got to too. Kristaps as a help defender.
Yeah, 8 feet tall. He's right there.
He be getting like 3-4 blocks. Bow, 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 bow.
It's like a karate chop. He's like, no, we're not doing that, brother. Get that out of here. I like the activity of the bigs for the most part.
Man, we got to figure out, and that's the conundrum with Trae. You need him because he can definitely be the other passer, but he's got to be able to shoot more than 29% from 3 or whatever you're shooting.
That is the problem I ain't want to bring up. That
can't happen if you're gonna be the point guard and the shooter on the team. I know Luke Kennard is supposed to be there. Dallas about to get beat.
I think the other part is he ain't the shooter, and people want to compare him to Trey Young so much they want to say, oh, he's a shooter. Trey, for the most part, has been a pretty average shooter in the NBA. He just shoots from far away, so people get excited about it, and I get that. But if you're trying to win games, that don't matter.
Well, it's streaky, and I think that's the issue with me. That's why I don't consider everybody good shooters or great shooters. I consider everybody good. Most NBA players against regular humans are great shooters. But
I'm talking about in general, but yeah.
In NBA, what's frustrating, and I fought for Trae, the first couple years, and then we had conversations, and I started digging into the percentages, and I was like, hey man, he had like 32% for his career, and at that point, it's like, all right, man, if you gonna be a 6-foot point guard, you got to be able to hit the three. And he won't do it because he guess he can't really play without the ball. But he really could be Steph Curry on this team.
He could, really and I really don't understand why he doesn't press the issue more. It would take more responsibility off him, and I think he would get better shots if he was playing off the ball, because it would suck to have to chase him around
and shoot. And then he could shoot, and then we're setting elevator screens for him coming. Like, you can't really stick with him if he would do that, man. Because his passing ability is still fire.
Yeah, I feel like it will up his passing ability too, because him moving already in a direction and you having to catch him, react, and try to defend that. Oh my God. But
and with Mo Gay slashing, running the baseline, Mo Gay be running that baseline, bro, and he will dunk on you. I still hate that we need a backup point guard. I still hate that.
I guess they're just going to play Veet, and Veet ain't bad. Veet is a guy that's tough to not like, but I would probably want a little bit more.
Putting that. Tough not to like. Very easy.
He's everything to like. Great contract, 4 years minimum. We're never going to have to pay him more than the absolute minimum. He can kind of pass. He can kind of shoot. He's tall and lanky. He don't play a lot of defense, but he get in the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's 6'8". That's really his calling card is he's 6'8".
Right.
And if he could just play better defense, I would put him back. I'd have no problem putting him at the backup point guard. Because now I got 6'8", 6'8", 6'6", 6'10", 6'11".
My only thing with him is I think he's more of like a pass linker than what I would consider like an offense initiator. So
he's definitely a hockey assist guy.
Yeah. But to have him run the offense, I don't trust him that much.
No. I wouldn't need him. I need you to be tall. You ain't got to run.
That is what he is.
Give it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker,
right?
Or
Dyson, get out of the way.
Or really Jalen. Really, I mean, Jalen ain't gonna be on the court, but really, I would give it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
I just like that when Jalen gets the ball, he is trying to find the other rim as fast as he possibly can.
23, 13, and 5 against Cleveland. Again, Donovan Mitchell 37 and 8. And the Hawks got to do something about these slow starts. You put
yourself in a bad position every time.
Yeah,
right.
And our second and third quarters be phenomenal. We outscore everybody in the second and third quarter, or at least the second quarter. And we be phenomenal.
A minute into the game, Quinn is calling timeout, talking about wake the fuck up, bro. That's you.
10-0.
Why is your team not? Why is your team? No, 16-2. 12-0
turnovers. There were a lot of turnovers. You can't blame that on Quinn. There was a lot of bad turnovers, terrible turnovers.
Which one? Against the Nets or against the Cavs?
Against Cleveland. The Nets too. But Cleveland, we started the game off with like 6 turnovers, and they went up 16-2.
Quinn, you have to figure out how to get your team ready to start the game. Pissing away 10, 12 points. For a game, you'll be fighting for that. You'll be fighting back the whole game to get back, to get into it, because you started out down 12.
Yeah, I hope the Hawks, and we can move on. I don't want to, because we have to talk about the greatest World Series I've ever seen in my life. But the Hawks have to get their 3-point shooting percentage better. Ironically, Jalen Johnson is one of our better 3-point shooters, and Okongwu.
That means they ain't shooting enough.
That means we ain't shooting.
And stop throwing Okongwu the ball at the end of the shot clock and being like, I'm like, he made that shot, and I was like, whose idea was that? You can't do that.
Yeah, but I think again we've only played 7 games or 3 and 4. We didn't play any preseason games together, so essentially the first 10 games of the season, October, is us feeling each other out. And Trae's hurt, so we don't even have a full complement of a team. So, and Jalen Johnson didn't play every game. So, I can tell that they're doing a lot of load management with Jalen Johnson. They're trying to figure it out early. And Muhammad Gay is still on a
he got to play more minutes than Veet. That's my only thing.
I think he's on a minutes restriction. He's got, because he don't ever play in the second half.
Unrestrict him.
Well,
unrestricted minutes.
He had a broken back. So
I mean, that's been 12 months though by now, right?
Your back, spinal.
I
don't care. That he's going to be on a minutes restriction probably until the new year. They may not say it, but it doesn't make sense because he'll have 13 and 5 in like 12 minutes, and then they don't play him no more. And I'd be like, oh, okay. So
I think that we're also getting closer to, you're going to have to play the players that are good versus more of your lineup and your rotation, Quinn, because we haven't been dominant enough for you to just to kind of wing it. That guy's playing well. He needs to be on the floor.
Yep. So I think we play Orlando tomorrow. I am keeping my eye out on that team because they are having rumors of foolishness that I don't understand. And normally I don't say them because y'all say vet the source and it's only one person. I think that's fake. Well, now I've seen it on TV. I've seen it on the internet. And I've seen it on the phone. And they all saying the same thing. Hey, Paolo's getting paid a lot of money to shoot this poorly. And Orlando, every 20 years, does the same thing. Shaq, White, Paolo.
Yeah, you better be careful. You don't want to because all of those guys are good. All of those guys you should have kept. Not one of those guys should you have let walk out of the door by hook or by crook. You should have made sure that they, even Dwight. And his whole situation, he get chipped till later. Y'all should have kept him. Yeah.
I mean, Shaq didn't get a chip till later. Like
right.
And both of them took you to the Eastern Conference final. I mean, to the finals.
Right.
Shit.
And
better
Hall
put
of
some
Famers.
respect on Dwight. Ain't no way he got
all
75
believe.
either. But
y'all get rid of Wendell Carter. The man told you, why is he still here?
He sucks, bro. Said that on national TV. But we can move on to the greatest. Listen, playoff baseball may be unrivaled in terms of the World Series. The World Series is always good. I don't know if it's hook or crook. I ain't gonna say what it is or not because sports betting and gambling, we are back in the 20s.
This one was everything you could have asked for and more. Multi super inning games.
The Dodgers beat the not the Braves. Braves won't even
right.
The Dodgers beat the Blue Jays 4-3 in what is many are saying is the best World Series of all time, definitely of recent history. Game 7. Actually, didn't they have one game go like 16 innings?
Yes, that was on the Monday when I came back. That was game 3. And I got home and I was like, cool, I try to watch some of this. And that turned into inning 11. 11 turned to 13. And I just cut it off. I was like, I'm going to bed. And then I think it ended up being an 18.
Every time I went to cut it off, somebody would do something.
Right.
And it'd be like, oh, first and third, second and third. And then strikeout, pop out. You'd be like, damn, how did that happen? And I just kept, and I was like, man, I was like, once I got to like inning 12, I was like, I'm committed now. I got to see it through. I was texting y'all. I was like, y'all might not be
I have been traveling so much. I was like, and you know how in your head, you're like, well, it's over anyway. How wrong I was. You wake up like, what the hell happened?
Man. So then you go there and shout out, hey man, again, shout out to the Dodgers. Shout out to their.
I wanted them to lose so bad, but the World Series was so good, you can't be mad about it.
Bruh. And they didn't play game 7, they ain't put no relievers in the game. They played their whole rotation, including in game 6, they played Clayton Kershaw. And look, they spent $1 billion on 2 players from Japan. And for the last 2 World Series, they are the MVPs.
Right. You got your money's worth.
You got a league MVP, a World Series MVP, and you made all your money back.
Hey, deferred interest works. Surprise, surprise. They had a plan. They worked a plan. It was successful
to perfection. And everybody you gave them worked out. Freddie is the best stabilizing force they have on that team. Whenever they in trouble, Freddie come out there, and Mookie Betts is just Mr. Utility Man. If I'm not being good at the plate, then I'm good in the outfield. If I'm not playing outfield, I shift to third base.
But also always checked in. Not like, hey, I'm not playing great, so I'm going to go cry in the corner. Nah, I'm going to try to still be a really good baseball player. And we was trying to get out of there for that last game. For the last game, we're like, all right, as soon as this is over, we'll move around. And then, like you said, play after play after play. So you just get to a point like, all right, well, we locked in.
If I was Toronto, you as a fan, it seemed to me Game 7 seemed inevitable that the Dodgers were going to win. When they subbed in that outfielder in the 11th inning, and then he makes the catch of the series.
Right.
The
play at the plate. The play at the plate. I was sure he was safe. I was sure he was safe.
I knew it was out. Because didn't that come after the catch? Yeah.
Man, I'm still not 100% sure.
No, I've watched that. You can make that the cover of the podcast. I watched the whole thing. That it was unfortunate.
It's a nice way to put it. It
was
a nice way,
bruh.
And I feel so bad for the dude who gave up the home run, because you could tell he was just annihilated.
That was the young pitcher who struck out Ohtani and had shout out, hey man. This is why I think this shit is WWE. They had Drake at the game. He was trolling the Dodgers pitchers. The Dodgers, he trolled Ohtani.
Get on out of there, brother. Lay it on down. It's an unfortunate series of events for you. And this was the one I just knew you was going to get your give back. It's Toronto versus LA. They had this massive win in this super long game. It's Game 7. And then the entire world brings up everything about you, and all the jokes are bad. Not great.
And they had it queued up. They not like us. All y'all that said y'all sick of that song, they ran that back immediately.
Right. Then
and
they
Dodger
right. And then suddenly all of the things that you have that even were good. So I saw the people do the LA back to back. I'm like, damn, you can't use his stuff against him. That is not nice. That is unfortunate. And just L's across the board.
Life of being a troll, Shohei. Life of being a troll.
Where's the music? Where's Iceman? That's what we need. That's what you need right now.
I don't care about Iceman. We still ain't got that album.
Yeah, but sometimes you see somebody like, brother, I can just tell you need a W right now. And he in fact needs a W.
He knows it. That's why we ain't got the album. He gotta make sure this is a slap from beginning to end.
With that being said, somebody else who deserves an opportunity. Rookie of the year here. We're talking about Drake Baldwin, Braves catcher, Rookie of the Year finalist. I really hope he wins this. And we've got to hit.
If I'm not mistaken,
times.
Cade Horton is the guy that or Durbin, or maybe it's Durbin. One of them, both one of them pitchers, both of those pitchers.
Don't get me to lying.
All right, we'll go.
I'll
look it up while you.
I appreciate that we've done pretty well with the rookies. Mike Harris, what's your boy with the quads? I can't think of his name right now. Strider, and then come back with Drake Baldwin.
Said the quad? You mean his calf?
All of the above, but
it's gonna be Cade Horton,
right?
11-4, 2.6 ERA, 97 strikeouts, 1.08 WHIP. Yeah, I love Drake Baldwin, but we suck. We ain't made the playoffs, right?
He was really good though.
Yeah, it's gonna be Cade Horton, but I mean, at least we made with Drake Baldwin. It looks like we've gotten our catcher situation
right. That's the more important thing to me. Do I want him to win no war? Absolutely. But us continuously having guys that are in the Rookie of the Year conversation is really important for us future facing, especially with the other part about this. couple hours ago, the Braves hired Walt Weiss as the manager. He's been the bench coach. I don't know exactly how I feel about this. I'm interested to hear how Reggie feels about this. Yep.
I blame this on Raheem. I would have been cool with this if Raheem was fine. If Raheem had been a decent coach,
right?
I'd have been like, cool, bring him back. Familiar faces for continuity is normally what you need to do. I am off of that bandwagon. Bring in fresh faces. Bring it. The Dodgers brought in fresh everything every year.
The Atlanta spin the blockers. If we like you, we'll just keep you around forever.
I hope he's good, but to me,
more the same.
It's like hiring Raheem. It was like, you interviewed Belichick, Vrabel, for culture change, Harbaugh, and then we went with the familiar face. This seems very similar.
And the culture stays the same, and we don't have the best culture, so
we got Snicker. We was frustrated with Snicker for a while.
Right.
Now
every year, you know what you got to do. You got to wait for Snicker to have the coming to God conversation, and it kept happening earlier and earlier until it was time for him to go.
You know what Walt White should do to make me would make me happy? Bring back Warren Washington. If he wants to come back, if he's available,
and Eric Young,
bring them back. And if they are, and that would go along with, because I'd be like, oh, okay, so we try to get back 2021 World Series. I see the philosophy.
You want to run that old LSU, bring back the old players.
Bring back everybody, man. And get some pitching.
Chipper Jones is the hitting coach. I think I've requested that every week. We need to make that happen. That's small ball. We can win with small ball. Gets you wins until you play the Dodgers. Then they hit home runs over and over and over again. Do we miss anything else in pregame? Man, I wanted them to lose so bad. That's how you know they were destined to win. The fact that I wanted them to, well, not necessarily. I want a lot of people to lose this weekend. That did not go fantastic. But overall, everything is great. I don't know if I love this. I don't know if I love this manager selection. I'm pretty sure that I don't. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Hopefully they spend some money.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame. Are we going to go straight to HBCU, or you want to take a 30-second break?
No. We're going to take a 30-second break. We're going to come back and do HBCU.
News around the culture. Y'all, please follow, like, subscribe, share. Go ahead and share the link. Throw it on Instagram. Throw it on YouTube. Go it on TikTok. We are on a road to 1,000 followers. We need 1,000 followers on TikTok so that we can go live on TikTok too, because they be talking real stupid on TikTok. And I love to talk to stupid people when they don't know what they're talking about. So please let us go live on TikTok. What are you about to say?
Yes, I was agreeing with you, and I hate that I still have to wait another week because of Indiana football. But we're gonna get there, and when they fall,
wait to the playoffs, big dog.
Which is the problem, but all in due time. All in due time.